the night we met, there was magic abroad in the air. There were angels.
Lilette, Lynette, Tony, and myself. We were the four, the first four, and then there was four that came between Lona and I, yeah? But mostly all of them are 2 years apart, I guess they told you that. But all of us were, except for Lilette and Tony 2 years, Tony and Lynette 2 years, and Lynette and I 16 months. She thought she was my twin. And then Lona, there was 4 years between Lona and I. And then came Lita, and then there was another 2 years between Lita and Emmanuel. Then another 2 years between Emmanuel and John. And another 2 years between John and Lenora. And then the last one, 2 years between Peter and Lenora. So they said that I was spoiled because I had 4 years that, I had bought some around me, It's a little bitty thing that I bought some around me, that's what they say. But we were all just tight. Our school was right down the street. I come a little closer to you. Our school was right down the street. And my mom would stand in this door every day. She had 10 of us that went through school passing this way. And the bus stop was down the street, kind of distance away. And she'd make them stop. She'd make our friends stop. This is just this is just a little piece of our heart. And I say it all the time. We would be coming back and they'd all walk with us here to my mom's house. And my mom would stand in the door, open the door. She had a table set right in this room, in this front room. And we had what we call the Jack's Cookie Man. I don't know if you know about this, but the Jack's Cookie Man he thought my mom had a kindergarten, because she always bought dozens, of cookies. And she would say, come here, to all of our friends, come here. And they'd come to the door, she'd say, come in here and take some cookies. She's the matron. Take some of these cookies. Don't touch my milk. She said, take some of those cookies because I don't want y'all to be hungry trying to get home. I don't believe that I do know that there are people who love each other, when they say to death do we part, My mom and my dad were the most affectionate people, and it wasn't a hidden thing. Sometimes, I don't know why that ever happened, but sometimes people who are shy because their dad and their mom hug and they kiss and they touch each other, in a wonderful, loving way. And we'd be sitting at the table, in the living room, at the television, and my mom and dad would sit on the sofa and put their arms around each other. And she was never ever upset where it made us upset. She just loved us to just be around and hang around and do whatever we wanted to do, But my dad and my mom showed affection to each other, and they showed affection to us. We hugged. We do that still now. I mean, I'm 63 years old, and when we come together as a family, it takes us a couple of hours actually to just say goodbye. We never get a chance to we don't know who we said goodbye to, who we kissed, who we hugged, but we do it every time. We never ever thought that we were the richest people, but we were rich because we had breakfast. We didn't have cramps. My mama could make something out of anything. My grandfather worked on the riverfront. He brought fruit to us. And so we were having canopies, if you want to call it that, as the French would say. We had canopies in the morning for breakfast. We didn't miss one. We never had one missed meal cramp. Never. So I never thought we were rich, but we were rich with love and rich with being together and rich with each other. We would fight each other, but we dared anybody else to touch us.
Right.
They laugh with me because, I'm gonna say it. I'm the one. I am the one. I made all these problems with all of these goddamn Bouttés because When I went over there, it was milk and honey for all of us, not just for me. Every last one of them that are singing. And the first one was Tanya. We all have this part. John came over. I brought John. John came over, you know, and I mean, what he wanted to do, he didn't want to go into any kind of facility that was going to be run by the government. He did that already. He was a soldier, you know, and he's still a little soldier. It's just that now he's a little singing soldier, you know. And if I had 20 tits, I would still stick them all in all of their mouths, because if the milk that my mom and dad gave me could help us to keep what's going on, and a lot of love. We fight, we fuss, we laugh, we cry, we hug each other after we kick each other's asses, but goddamn, we don't go around and run out of this house and kick the neighbors' asses. We love each other. Nothing's wrong with that. You know, they laugh at me, I swear to you, because I hug everybody. I don't give a shit. Okay? If I have an audience of 300 people, I do it in the church, and my band plays this song until I get back to the altar. I walk out, I shake all the old people's hands, because do you know, a lot of folks that are older people, they don't have kids that come and hug them. They don't have kids that bring their grandkids over to them. What the shit is this?
You all here saying boo. She ain't gonna cry on that. She'll cry.
Well, she's been crying the whole time. Okay, so
It makes you healthy. You goddamn men, you don't want to cry because they're going to think you're a sissy or a ninny. But I tell you what, if you cry, you don't let all of that shit go inside of you and make you sick. So if I have to start making people cry, I'll make them cry.
okay, let's make you cry.
Uh-oh.
I'm asking everybody to say something directly to Gloria.
I put it all in, she's my best friend. She's my mom. She is my best friend. Anything that I have a problem, I tell my mom. If I know my sisters and brothers, hey, y'all gonna hate this. If I know my sisters and brothers have a problem or something's wrong, I tell my mama. Because I know that if she realizes it, she feels it. They don't want to tell her, I am a tattletale tit with a mouth full of shit. That's what we used to say. Tattletale tit with a mouth full of shit. I'm not gonna lie. I don't remember lies. I do remember the truth. And my mom is my best friend. She should be all of her kids' best friends. All of her grandkids. She's a friend of the world. And I know you talked a bit to her, but she just giggles and she just laughs. I come home, I call my mama. I am in Germany, I'm in England, I'm in Denmark, I'm in the world. I call my mama at least 3 times in a week, if I don't call her 7, because I just want to know. Sometimes it's something that we have in our family, I believe, is that you feel something and something's wrong. And so what do? I call. And as sure as shit, something has gone wrong. And you know, it's a premonition. And I don't have no sixth sense. I have no sense at all, to be honest with you. I got a couple of pennies in the bank, but it's not so much that I can just give it all out, because I don't hoard my money. I don't play a star. My mama's my star. She's the star for me. And if she's got 5 pennies, she'll try to cut them all into 3s so that each one of us could have a third of that penny and more. And there's so much that I could say about her. It's just that she's love. You know, they say God is love. I'm not saying my mama's God, but she's sitting somewhere right there up on that kingdom, right next to him. That's my mama. We would just sing. It was, as I said, it was just a normal part of what God gave to us.